Okay, well, this is a topic that's been on the forefront and in the background and on the sides for some years now. Indian Hills 6th edition, we had gone through the Parkland dedication process, and right here on the slide you can see this is the present configuration of what the park property looks like and where it's located. And what's happening tonight is we're working on, through the help of a private contributor as well as the developer and to no end Bill Belknap and his coordination abilities. And probably a few therapy sessions at that. But anyway, we're working on this tonight to expand the size of this park. And a lot of pieces to this, and I'll move up one here. What we've got is back in May of this year, Council approved the Memorandum of Understanding with the developer to amend the parkland boundaries of the existing park property. And for this particular item on the agenda, this includes the vacation of 10.33 feet along the eastern side of lots 8 and 9 of Block 6, and the dedication of Lot 1 of Block 6. And a few other things that were part of that Memorandum of Understanding was the purchase of Lot 2, banking the existing parkland dedication that was previously located over to the west of this area, as well as vacation of pedestrian easements. And for tonight, this is the eastern boundaries of those two lots that basically what we're doing is vacating 10.33 feet, and those would become part of these two lots. They would just become bigger. And we would be accepting this lot, Lot 1, as parkland dedication. And, I mean, it's pretty simple. This stuff has been before you enough times. I didn't go into great detail on the presentation, but all the background is still in the packets. And basically, the MOU containing this proposal was reviewed and recommended for approval by the Parks and Recreation Commission, the Transportation Commission, and P&Z. And it was also recommended, reviewed and recommended by the Public Works Finance Committee on May 14th. And just getting right down to the point, the two items, one is to approve the ordinance as presented in the council packet, and the other is to accept the proposed deed for public parkland dedication. And I'll pull this back here so you can see just a picture of what we're talking about. And it's that simple at this point. And it wasn't simple getting here. And I'll talk about some of the individuals on the next agenda item, but I could throw in here now, like I mentioned, Bill Belknap doing a lot of the coordination of this, the negotiating, working with the Thompson family, who also wanted this to be a bigger, better park, and then also Mr. Bill Parks, who was also interested in this. And we'll be talking about purchasing of property on the next agenda item. And so a lot of thanks goes to all of those folks. And presentation-wise, that's what I have.
Okay. Questions for Walter, questions for Dwight?
Dwight, the 9-point-something acres to the west.
Feet. Oop, there we go.
Oh, acres.
9,900 square feet.
Acres.
You mentioned.
Did I say acres?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
The 9,900 square feet.
Yes.
What happens with that?
Well, for right now, it just gets banked, and it will be used as credit toward parkland development when, in the future, when they plat for, was it a half mile area from the existing development here.
So it doesn't go away, it's just out there.
Correct.
Thank you.
Other questions for Dwight before I open it up for public hearing? Thank you, Dwight. I'll open it up for public hearing. Those that would like to come forward and speak in favor of this, please come forward.
Garrett Thompson, 1024 Pinecrest Road, Moscow. Seems like deja vu. I'm back up here again. We had no intentions of bringing this back to discuss, but with the persistence of Bill Parks, we were able to work together with the neighbors, the city. Bill Belknap has put in lots of time, and I'm surprised he has not strangled me. And I hope that we can get this through. I will be very disappointed if we cannot get this through, because I feel like we have all worked together to come up with the best possible solution for a bigger, better park. And this neighborhood has not had a park, and I'm not all responsible for it, because myself and my family were not the developers of all the previous Indian Hills additions, but it's gone on for too long, and this neighborhood needs a good park, and this is what we were trying to provide. So please approve this. Thank you.
Thank you, Garrett. Others who would like to come up in favor of the proposition, the ordinance, and
Put us out of our misery.
My name is Bill Park, 1630 Pinecone Road. I'd like to start by saying a thank you to Garrett after this thing broke up, before he actually contacted me, and we worked on this thing. And while we were working with neighbors, I found that they had actually held meetings 28 or 29 years ago trying to get a park here. And so this park is long overdue, and I think we've reached a good thing all the way around.
thank you, Bill. Others who would like to talk in favor, here comes, come on.
Don Regan, 1810 Lorien Lane. I'm on board now with a bigger, better park. A while back, I didn't like the term when we were moving, the park was going to be possibly moved. But I saw that the working name of the park is Indian Hills Park, and my only comment on that is it's kind of, I don't know if in today's world Indian should be part of a park, and maybe since we've been mentioning Bill's name a lot, I haven't even said this to him, we're headed over to Bill's Park. BILLS. So, when we're naming the park, I don't know when that'll happen, but it's just a suggestion. But I hope the council approves this, because it's a nice thing to see the developer and the community work together and over quite a while to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Walter?
I believe I just saw a moment ago a comment, and Bill helped me, that the developer has some naming rights in one of these documents that would get approved tonight?
Correct. In the MOU, that was one of the conditions, that they would be able to participate in the naming of the park.
Okay. So being able to name it Park, still up in the air. Okay.
Only that to Dwight.
We ready to go on? Additional comments from the public? I'd like to hear more approval. Comments?
Is the hearing closed? Or no?
No,
Still open.
hearing is still open.
One comment.
Hi, Ronnie Wakeman, 111 Arrow Street. I would like to express my happiness with this park and hope that you will approve it. It's been a long road, and I hope we can end it with this lovely park. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom? You got a question or
No,
something for
no,
somebody?
sorry. No.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
waiting till you.
We'll continue on with our public hearing then. Is there others that would like to speak in favor of this? Is there anybody out there that has general comments or would be opposed to this? Please step forward. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. John?
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve the ordinance
Okay.
and the other things that we need to do under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and be read by title, published by summary. And other than that, thank everyone that was involved. You've done a great job.
I'll second John's motion, but I got a question. Part B of this, the action items, that's a separate action item.
That'd be a separate vote, Dan. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so what we're voting on here, guys, is the ordinance itself.
If I may, Your Honor, it is one of the requirements of the code that you find that the vacation of this dedication is expedient for the public good. So if you could amend your your motion to include that language.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, John, what? Yes. You got to make that motion, John. You got to,
Okay.
I can't do it for you.
Part of that motion is to vacate some of the Parkland dedication and put it back into the lots for the common good, is that right?
Expedient for the public good.
Okay, expedient for that, excuse me, for the public good. Is that good enough?
That'll work.
Okay.
and I still second it.
And that motion also carried the requiring the 3 complete and separate readings be read by title only and published by summary. Okay. And it was seconded by Dan, and you were okay with that as well, Dan?
Yep.
Okay, we'll start the roll with Art.
Aye.
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 Okay, that is passed 6-0. Now we will talk about Part B.
Well, you got to read the ordinance first.
Oh, sorry.
All of us are keeping Bill propped up here.
Give me about another half an hour, and I'll really get goofy. You never know what I might say. Okay, this is Ordinance 08, Lori?
Yes.
2014. Okay, Ordinance 2014-08, an ordinance of the City of Moscow, a municipal corporation of the State of Idaho, providing for the vacation of public parkland located within the City of Moscow and legally described in Sections 1 of this ordinance, providing that the title to be said vacated parkland shall vest with the owner of the property as specified in Section 3 of this ordinance, providing that this ordinance shall be in full force and effective from and after passage, approval, and publication according to law. Now we'll go on to Part B, which is accept is the deed of the public parkland dedication.
I'd like to.
Tom?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposed deed for public parkland dedication for Lot 1, Block 6, Indian Hills 6th Edition.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Tom and a second by Dan on the approval of the proposed deed for the public parkland dedication of Lot 1 of Block 6 of Indian Hills 6th Edition. Start with the roll with Art.
Aye.
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 Okay, and that passed 6-0, so that is